What's up, guys? So today is a really exciting day for us at ZEV-Centric in the evolution of our 2024 Model 3 performance. And what is the catalyst for today? Well, we just received a couple of electronic devices. The official launch of the Mpp'S Performance Active Damper Simulator. All right, guys, so don't forget, if you want to skip ahead, you can. We've already broken up this whole video in chapters, so you can just slide along, skip to those chapters that you want to see. If you need to know what's going on in those chapters, again, just scroll over it and it'll tell you exactly what's happening if you don't want to watch all of the beautiful B-roll that we've shot of us installing these parts on the vehicle. So what this device is going to do is it's going to basically simulate as if the dampers are still present in the vehicle so that we can actually remove them and install a traditional coilover like these Mpp'S Performance Sport Adjustables. Now, why would you do that? Well, if you want to go fast or faster, you're just going to want to have to go back to a traditional spring and coilover type of a setup, something that we can swap out spring rates and we can really dial in the damping to do what we want it to do. Now, the other two electronic devices that showed up for us today is the Mpp'S Performance Party Box as well as the Cooling Party Controller. So we're going to start with the Party Box. So this Party Box is essentially a traction control defeat system. So even though you have traction control, turned off in track mode, it's still present. This device is going to just take it another step further. One of the other really cool things about this device is that, whenever you go into, or you're coming out of a corner, you go into a corner and you have too much steering input, the vehicle will cut power. This will prevent that from happening. So you won't have to worry about how much steering input you have in. You can lay into that throttle and still get enough input on that steering wheel. Now, the Cooling Party Controller has a couple of different benefits to it, and you can just kind of read about it. We'll link you to the product so that you can learn about what this can do. But the biggest and newest feature of this product that we really love is the fact that it can allow you to reduce power in the vehicle so that you can run consistent laps and consistent power in a longer session. So a 10, 15, even 20-minute session, you can run consistent laps. So if you are pursuing HPDE events and you want to hone your skill, this is what you would want so that you can reduce that power and get your full sessions and really hone your line. Then, when you feel like you're consistent enough with your line, you can go ahead and turn that off, go full power, and send it and do your fast lap, your fast time attack hot lap. All right, now on to the hard parts. So as you guys may have seen in one of our prior videos, Tim already has the Mpp'S Performance Brake Master Cylinder Brace on the vehicle. These are all kind of like our stage one things you would want at the track. So we did some benchmarks and some baseline testing with the stock springs and shocks. And in order to make the vehicle safe, we had to do some brake mods, and then of course we did some alignment mods to it so that we can, get more life out of our tires. So he's got Mpp'S Performance Brake Master Cylinder Brace in there. He's got upgraded brake fluid, Endless R650 fluid. He's got Aspira stainless steel brake lines that just launched. He has got the brake pads, upgraded brake pads in there. He's got two-piece rotors, okay? He's got the Mpp'S Performance front upper control arms already on that vehicle. He's got the Mpp'S rear camber arms, the adjustable camber arms in the rear. And now we're going to go in, put the MPP Sports Adjustables in it. He will eventually upgrade the springs to the Super Sport springs. The next step up so that he can run even faster times and see what we can do there. That's what our buddy Steven is running on his vehicle. We're going to get the tow arms put on it. We're going to get the front lower control arm bearings installed in the lower lateral links. And of course, the Active Damper Simulator. So this is it. This is the winner chicken dinner. This is what's going to make everything happen, something that we've been waiting for so long so that we can get this thing on the track with, a more conventional type of coilover system. So let's get all this stuff on the car, and we'll share links to all of our prior videos in the description below as well as up here. We'll also share a video with you on Stephen Case's wicked fast lap time last weekend at Thunderhill Raceway up in Northern California. He ran a 118.9. And if you guys go to fastlaps.com, you'll see exactly where that thing stacks up, but it is just absurd how fast he went in that car with essentially all of these components, but with the Super Sport springs. So let's go, guys. Let's get this stuff on the car and hit the track. All right, guys, so all the parts are on the car. It's already been driven for the past week, tested out. We've gone through a bunch of different adjustments to get the ride height exactly where we want. It actually has its track alignment on it right now, so we've set this thing up for our optimal ride height for tracking the vehicle with its track alignment. Now, keep in mind that adding negative camber will lower the vehicle, so you want to know and you want to have that forethought in mind that if you are serious about tracking your vehicle, that you plan for your desired ride height at the track. So my suggestion would be set the alignment up for track, then set up your ride height, and then go back to your street alignment. And while it might not look cool for the street, it'll handle its best at the track. You won't be slamming the chassis into the ground on curbs or whatever may happen. So what did we get on the car? We got the MPP newly released active damper simulators that allowed us to run their traditional coilover, the MPP Sports Adjustables, in the standard spring rates. We also added their lower control arm bearings. We've added their rear adjustable toe arms. And that's about it. You know, the only thing left to do is the compliance bushings, but we'll save that for another day. Now, I do want to point out something to you. I just want to reiterate how nice their active damper simulators are. In the B-roll, you could see that they are housed in CNC billet aluminum. They've been potted in epoxy. I mean, it is an OEM grade system. Now, they are expensive, but for good reason, and that is why. Now on to the actual results of these coilovers. I know all of you want to know, well, why would you do that? Are they better than the active dampers? And the answer is yes, like a lot better. And that just is going to happen because these things have been designed and tuned by MPP for the purposes of moving from the street to the track. And they're not just single adjustable dampers, they're double adjustable dampers. You've got, you know, improved ride comfort when you set them to the softer settings. You've got improved grip as well, even in the softer settings. So we compared and tested and reviewed what it is that Tim felt the vehicle did with the OEM dampers and springs in comparison to this. And one of the things he said, kind of one of his litmus tests, is that there's a corner by his house that is an increasing radius off camber with tree roots. And I mean, I know it's a very crude test, but what would happen with the OEM system is the factory wheels and tires would want to skip across that. It would not be able to keep that tire on the ground. Now, when you went to the MPP setup, it completely ate those up and it didn't upset the chassis at all. So that was really good. I mean, we already know what these dampers are going to do because we've been running them for years on all of our other vehicles and pretty much every car that we run at the track. So that was at no surprise to us. But I thought you guys might be interested in it. If you're serious about improving the comfort even further or going even faster at the track, whether it be road course or autocross, this is a worthwhile upgrade. The other thing that we did, you know, is those bearings. Those bearings dramatically improve the steering response and the directness of the steering. So that's something you can do even with your factory active dampers. You don't need to get coilovers to do that, but I do highly recommend that and the BrakeMaster cylinder brace as one of the first mods that you get done on this vehicle. Those factory bushings, if they're anything like the older ones, they're going to rip out pretty quickly, probably in about 25 to 30,000 miles. If you guys drive your insane Highland Model 3 performances as aggressively as I see most guys doing it, it might even go faster than that. So that's what we got for you guys. Again, active damper simulators are on the market right now. Check them out. They're on our website. Links in the description below. You can buy the sports adjustable coilers from us as well. And if you do so, you'll get a discount on the active damper simulators. So you get those things as a package. If you've already purchased the coilovers from us and you've moved from your old platform to this newer one, let us know. We'll pull up your purchasing history and we'll give you the discount code. All right. So don't forget, guys, like, subscribe, and share. Hit that notification bell so you get notified on all of our future videos and the next video we release when Tim hits Laguna with this setup and his track wheels and tires. We're getting so much closer to his final setup on this vehicle. So thanks again, guys, and we'll see you on the next one.